Hello there, my friends. It is an indoor video today because it is, even for me, an Englishman, it is absolutely bucketing it down with rain today, and it's been absolutely relentless all day. And I am just going to say this at the beginning of the video, and hopefully very, very sincerely praying that this video will actually upload, because the internet has been cutting out all day as well. It is actually quite extreme. If you could see the river outside the flat, it's quite extreme weather today. But today we're going to be talking about managing your mood and no one else's. Now, in the last few days, I don't know what it is. I think the good Lord is really, really testing me to see how calm I can maintain my mood. But quite a few things, useful things around the flat have broken. And today, another patience test. I had to speak to various people on the telephone, because I tried the WhatsApp method and just too frustrating. Talking to people on the telephone to sort out my food processor that I use all the time. And the thing is, it was more complicated because they were going to send me a replacement, but then the replacement doesn't, they don't have a like-for-like replacement in stock. So I've had to pay a bit extra, and I'm having to get it completely replaced with a new one. But I'm seeing it as an upgrade. But of course, and we all know, no, I'm not racist for saying this, that when you speak to the people on the other end of the telephone, you know, English isn't their first language, and it's awkward because you have to keep asking them to repeat themselves, you know, because they will mumble certain things and they won't know how to say certain things, and they'll keep calling you Mr. Martin rather than Mr. Pavey and all these, you know, and it's not a big deal, but it's just kind of stay calm. Stay calm. And this is all to illustrate, okay, little bit of storytelling there about my day, but this is all to illustrate that it is hard enough on a daily basis to actually manage your own mood, let alone other people's. And I'm building a business online, copywriting and coaching business. And there's a very subtle but dramatic at the same time, a subtle but meaningful difference between trying to convince people and trying to help them. Now, as good businessmen, we are not in the habit of trying to convince people. The reason that you put a message out into the world, a service, a product, whatever it is, the reason you put it out there is because there are people who are already looking for the solutions that you have. So you don't need to do any convincing. You do not need to micromanage how they feel. You do not need to micromanage their emotions, their ambitions. That is their business. Vital to remember this. All you are doing whenever you're putting information out there is providing solutions to people who will actually use them. So managing your own mood, what it actually does is take a huge amount of pressure off you, because you think, oh my God, you know, how am I going to convince this person that what I have is the thing for them? Well, you don't. But what you'll find is that when you communicate with people, or I'll be honest, when people are just sort of talking at you, it's very rare that people really listen. People want their opportunity, you know, to, as we say here in England, to get their oar in, you know. Sailing, oars, a sailing term, you know, want to get their oar in, you know, they want to be the master of the situation. And the really important thing, the really transformational thing actually that you can do is to start to listen. Start to listen, because people will tell you what their problems are and what you can do. Rather than trying to convince people, you can actually tailor the message that you already have into getting your solution, getting your product, getting your service, getting your offering out to as many people as possible without having to do the work of being tyrant or dictator in chief of their lives. But it's very, very difficult for a lot of people to do that because, and I talk about this a lot, but because most people are in the business, are in the habit of wanting to be right rather than being happy. And I think a lot of people shun happiness and ridicule it, discount it, because they want other people to believe what they believe so that they can feel more secure in themselves. But when you outsource your security and your stability and your need for approval to other people, you are only ever putting yourself in the victim state, in the victim mentality. That's all that you will ever be, because you're always going to be reliant on other people. And when we look at anybody who is successful, well, what do they have? They have a self-determined and focused mindset that no matter what the circumstances are, that they will achieve it. And you have to be willing to win in order to do this. But winning, it doesn't mean that you have to be right when somebody else is wrong. That is a slave-captor relationship. And in order for you to be successful with other people, i.e. getting people to buy into your product, well, what do you have to do? Both parties have to win. There's no winning, there's no losing. It's why I don't believe in regrets. It's why I don't believe in mistakes. Yes, there are times that things can be really irritating. But if you are able to manage your mood and manage the fact that there are a lot of people who will not want to hear what you have to offer, that you can easily walk away from those people and you can focus on just talking honestly and openly about what it is that you're offering. And you can actually start to be a truly independent person, that you don't have to worry about what people think about you, because all that you're doing is putting out useful information for people with a true desire to help them. So be willing to do your own thing and let other people do theirs, because anything else, my dear friend, is war.